Hey world, it's Ruler. I haven't been making videos for a while, but this segment we're going to call Ruler's Review. Now, I know a lot of you have basically seen my Instagram. I was going to say YouTube. This is YouTube already. My Instagram at Official Ruler. I did post up some pictures of these 6-button PlayStation style controllers. They're USB. They work for the PC mainly. But I've gone in more in depth and found out other things that actually it works for the PS3. Now the thing is, I'll show you what the hell I'm talking about. Basically, Sabrent makes these, and a lot of times you can go online and finds out that basically Sabrent isn't the only people who make these. And here's another thing: these things cost about maybe $10 to maybe $20. You get on Amazon, all this other stuff. I believe Walmart sells these as well. So we get these things. They come two in a pack in some cases, and in this case they did. They used to say Sabrent on them, and they actually have these cardboard sticker looking things. Well, if you've ever seen these, they are kind of, there's no badge right up here. And if you look closely, there is no start or select. There is only a clear and a turbo button. So in my case, I've been looking for the perfect controller for both PC and other systems, in which I believe 6 buttons should come back in style. PlayStation controllers is, a pretty good controller, as we've seen from the first system, second system, third system, fourth system. And I mean, fourth system we know it's changed tremendously, somewhat, with the touchpad and all. But my thing is, some cases, 6 buttons is cool. Well, here's the thing. Now, I want a start and select button to actually work. The damn things don't work. Start and select don't work, they just turbo and reset. Now you put this in the computer, which they give you a little software disk, and pretty much the shit's kind of useless. You use your Windows 7 sometimes in some cases, or anything else like that. I use Windows 7 Ultimate, and the thing is, you can just plug it in, it just works. It comes up as a generic USB controller and all that. Now, you could use this for all your games and everything else like that if you ever do the joy to key system, which in some cases you can take key commands and mouse commands and make them into the controller. So basically you could take, your WSAD, whatever, and say that's your up, down, left, right on this, and, it's just, it works. But that's good in some cases. Now the thing is, when it comes to these damn start and select buttons that you're used to using, they don't work. They don't work for joy to key or key to joy, whichever it's called. I forgot. Anyway, it's a great program, but it doesn't work for the damn controllers. I called Sabrent, the people who apparently make these damn controllers, and we talked for a bit. They're talking about they're going to do a patch and all these other things, and it just, we talked for a bit, and it was like, well, you guys, when do you plan on doing this updated patch? Well, we talked for a bit, and eventually the motherfuckers hung up on me. So that gave me a little more reviews of, if this was a star-rated system, I'd say about my 3 out of 5 is now probably a 2.5 stars. Now, another thing is, back to what I was saying, that these can play on your PS3. So basically, I got a blue one and a black one that came with this. We'll just use the blue one so that'd be a little bit more simple for the cameras here. So mainly what they did is, instead of, your triangle and all that other stuff, now you basically, these I would say 5 and 6 are R1 and L1. L1 and R1 are now R2 and L2. And now start and select is R2 and L2. It works on the PlayStation 3, it's cool. It's just a little weird that you're going to have to use start and select as R2 and L2. It doesn't work on the PS3. I know some people, they take their 360 controllers, the wired ones, and they plug it into the system, well, not system, the computer, and it runs perfectly because they're both Microsoft. Now, that case does not work for the 360. We here have a 360 and a PS3. Works with PS3, doesn't work for the 360. Now, the thing is, though, I know emulation and stuff like that's kind of becoming a little hush-hush, popular thing. These 6 buttons are pretty good, probably for, your TurboGrafx 16, PC Engine, whatever. And in some cases for, like the 6-button Sega Genesis. And also for your Nintendo 64 in some cases. Like, you could just use, these all as your C buttons, and, this is your B and A and all that stuff. But, it's still tricky because there's no actual start button. So one of your buttons is going to have to be a trigger for the Z, and another one's going to have to be your start button. But it's a little fishy about that. Now, I know there's also some of you out there that probably play Mugen. Me and Haiti. Some of you know who Haiti is. We like Mugen. It's a 2D fighting machine or engine, and in some cases that kind of works well too. To where in some cases you can take your lower 3 and go from weak kick and medium kick and strong kick and weak punch and medium punch and strong punch, and basically like that works to some degree. So it's a little fun in that kind of manner. I think that about does it for the controller, and I really wish that Sabrent would have came through and would have maybe been a little bit more helpful in calling them instead of hanging up on me. I really thought that these controllers would have been great, 6 added buttons, and instead they gave us start and select buttons that are misplaced into other positions, and change those start and select buttons where originally are, and they're just useless turbo and clear buttons, So, if you like to use them for the other things that I talked about, then maybe that's good for you, and also if you do key to joy stuff like that to use for that, it's pretty good too. But as far as you wanting to do everything where every button works, like I was hoping it would be, it's probably not the best controller for you. So, until then, I'm going to use my SteelSeries PS2 style controller in most cases for every other thing I do. Whether it's playing, Blood 2 and a bunch of other first-person shooters that are old school that I'm translating to feel like a new school kind of game. But I can go more into that later. But until then, thank you guys, and I'm hoping that my review would have been more in depth of these controllers than anyone else's. So, like I said, it's your call. It's up to you. But in some manners, these controllers suck. In some manners, they're pretty good. But you got a 2.5 out of 5 for me. So, that's it. And for everyone else, if you want to go check me out, go to Twitter at RULLUR, RULLUR, and other social media, same way. And in some cases, it'll be official RULLUR, same way, RULLUR. But, if you've gone to this YouTube channel already, you know what the name is and how to spell it. So, how about you go get your asses there and go check out what else I do. Because I got art and a whole bunch of other shit that I'm doing. Until then, hey, see you later.